So picture this. You've got two people sitting in the exact same office, doing the exact same job. One of them is constantly stressed out, exhausted, and just hitting a brick wall at literally every single turn. But the other one? They're totally relaxed, always smiling, and massive success just seems to drop right into their lap effortlessly. I mean, why does this happen? Is it just dumb luck, good genetics, or is there actually a hidden engine driving our reality totally behind the scenes? Well, Joseph Murphy made a really bold claim that answers this perfectly. He said, "Every thought is a cause and every condition is an effect." I want you to think really deeply about that for a second. The external world you are experiencing right now, with all its crazy triumphs and frustrating setbacks, is literally nothing more than a mirror. It's just reflecting your internal, everyday, habitual thoughts. But here is the absolute best part about all of this. If your mind is the thing creating the struggle, it can absolutely create the solution too. If you stick with me through this explainer until the very end, you're going to discover exactly how changing your habitual thoughts unlocks true physical health, totally effortless wealth, and the kind of wild success you probably thought was completely out of reach. We're going to decode exactly how to make this work for you. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, and today we are decoding a truly groundbreaking work in this explainer. Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. We are going to break down the science, the psychology, and the spirituality behind how your brain actually works, and I'm giving you the exact steps to reprogram it. Okay, let's dive right in. Chapter 1, The Hidden Treasure Inside. Which brings us to Chapter 2, Conscious versus Subconscious Mind. Let's look at how your brain actually operates. Now notice the stark contrast here between these two operating systems. Your conscious mind, it's highly rational and objective. Think of it like a strict bouncer at a super exclusive club. It filters inputs through your five senses and uses pure logic to decide what information gets through the door. But your subconscious mind, totally different story. It is completely irrational and subjective. It works way beneath your waking awareness, and crucially, it accepts whatever the conscious mind hands it without any questions whatsoever. Let me give you an example to show just how incredibly powerful and honestly potentially dangerous an unfiltered subconscious can be. If I walk up to you right now and say, "Hey, you're a cat," your conscious mind immediately rejects that absurdity. You'd laugh right in my face. But psychological experiments prove that when people are put into a hypnotic state, which bypasses that conscious bouncer entirely, their subconscious accepts virtually any suggestion. People under hypnosis can actually exhibit real physical disease symptoms or allergic reactions based purely on a simple verbal suggestion from the hypnotist. The subconscious takes absolutely everything literally. Knowing this, we really need to understand the physics of your brain. Let's jump to Chapter 3, The Law of Belief. So the absolutely crucial point here is this law of belief. It states that whatever you believe most deeply is what will manifest in your life. Because your subconscious is completely undiscerning, right? It doesn't judge. Any idea you repeatedly plant and fertilize with positive expectation is guaranteed to grow into a reality. Your habitual day-to-day thinking isn't just random passive noise. It is literally shaping your future outcomes. To really lock this in, let's look at two brilliant master metaphors from the source material. First, think of your mind as a garden. Your conscious mind is out there constantly planting seeds in the form of thoughts, and your subconscious is the dark, incredibly fertile soil. Whatever you plant the most of, whether that's annoying weeds or beautiful flowers, that is exactly what will bloom. The second metaphor is a massive ship. Your conscious mind is the captain, shouting orders from the deck, and the subconscious is the ship and its crew, just executing those orders blindly down in the engine room. The ship doesn't care if the captain steers it directly into a terrible storm or right into the rocks. It just obeys. Before we talk about how to take back control of your ship, I want to hear from you guys. We all have accidental weeds growing in our mental garden. What is one limiting belief you are actively trying to break right now? Tell us down in the comments below. Identifying the mental block is always the very first step to successfully dismantling it. Now let's pivot to some practical application. Chapter 4, Reprogramming for True Wealth. Listen to this incredibly powerful insight from Murphy. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Keep that in mind at all times. It's crazy, but so many people unknowingly reject riches. They walk around condemning money as evil, or they constantly vocalize their panic about not having enough to pay the bills, or they insist that success only comes from agonizing, backbreaking work. By doing that, they are feeding a direct narrative of poverty right to their subconscious ship, literally repelling wealth away from themselves. You have got to flip the script. And here is the exact, fast-paced, three-step sequence to do it. Step 1, catch the negative thought in real time. The very second you hear yourself saying, I can't afford this, stop. Step 2, counter it immediately with a positive truth, like, I can buy this, or I will own it. Step 3, repeat that new suggestion with intense feeling. The feeling is the fuel. That's what plants the seed deep in the soil. You want to constantly flood your mind with these positive auto-suggestions until they just become second nature. But hey, here is a fascinating trap you really need to avoid: mental coercion. If you try too hard, if you intensely stress and strain over visualizing your goals, you actually create mental friction. It's totally counterproductive, like trying to force a square peg into a round hole. That forceful anxiety signals a lack of true faith, which unintentionally blocks your subconscious from finding the creative solutions you actually need. Relaxed, confident expectation is the true key here. You gotta let the soil do the work. Which brings us perfectly to our final chapter, Chapter 5, Mastering Your Relationships. Here is a number that is absolutely gonna blow your mind: 11. Your subconscious is working 24/7. It's regulating your heartbeat, your breathing, and healing your cells without you ever even thinking about it. In fact, it regenerates your cells so efficiently that you get an entirely new physical body roughly every 11 months. Just think about that. The intelligence building your physical body is constantly listening to your daily thoughts, which is exactly why you must be incredibly careful what you wish for, especially when speaking about your health and your loved ones. Murphy shares this genuinely shocking, extreme anecdote in his work about a father whose daughter had severe arthritis. The father constantly made this heartfelt but totally metaphorical statement: I'd give my right arm if my daughter could be cured. Remember earlier? The subconscious takes absolutely everything literally. Tragically, the father later lost his right arm in an accident, and in a totally bizarre turn of events, his daughter's arthritis miraculously disappeared shortly after. The mind executed the order exactly as requested. And that brilliantly, albeit tragically, illustrates the sheer weight of what we project, not just internally, but toward others. To foster truly harmonious relationships, you have to adopt this ultimate golden rule. Think toward others as you want them to think toward you. Feel toward others as you want them to feel toward you. And act toward them exactly as you want them to act toward you. By tapping into this mutual contribution, you effortlessly attract the right partners and friends into your life. The energy you broadcast is the exact energy you get back. Finally, one super quick but essential tip: do not waste your sleep. Your conscious mind gets to rest at night, but your subconscious, it never sleeps. The moments right before you drift off are the absolute perfect time to plant positive affirmations. Use your sleep to ask your mind for guidance, find answers to really tough problems, and peacefully release all that emotional congestion from the day. There is a huge treasure hidden inside you. You just have to open your eyes and see it. Everything you experience in life, good or bad, starts as a simple thought planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. So if you want a different reality, simply start planting different seeds. Are you ready to finally take the wheel of your own ship? If this explainer opened your eyes today, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the related explainer on screen right now to dive even deeper into mastering your mindset. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and keep planting those positive seeds.